The rhythms have carried the sound of war, the sound of service, and the sound of skill. Let the notes of this rhythm gain volume. And let these notes appear in this chord. Dread sovereign, fierce consort, your might is like winter's heart, pitiless against those who would harm your realm or your people. Frightening is the destruction at your command, necessary for the defense of your inspired house. Before you, like notes on the bass clef, are warriors who have served with and beside she who has at times inspired them and defended them upon the field of battle. She whose fierceness, like a winter gale in defending your kingdom, has been awarded a sable talon for archery, and who stands among your order of the Arc d'Or. Charitable sovereign, gracious consort, your beneficence to your people is like the spring rains which nourish the efforts of the planters. Those who would serve your noble house in faith and fidelity are empowered to plant the seeds of skill and create that which is majestic, reflections of honor of your own house and your royal line. Before you, as more notes on the alto clef, are held the radiant works of the hand of she you have called, this one whose craft has been recognized with the sable thistle in Middle Eastern dance, and who has twice stood as a jewel of your kingdom, as our Middle Eastern dance champion. And her many works of her hand now stand her among your order of the Iris of Merit. Colossal sovereign, mighty consort, as you work to shake the pillars of heaven in the high summer heat, that grace and prosperity may fall to your people, so have you inspired a people who work to make the homelands of your royal house without equal. Like yet more notes on the treble clef, stand those who have served today with their dance and drum, for she who has inspired them on occasion to greater service for your kingdom. With the sable crane and golden star was she recognized, and stands she among the lanternarii of Wiesenthor, and among your order of the Star of Merit. Divine sovereign, heavenly consort. As fall brings culmination of labor and the rewards of a winter, spring, and summer well and wisely spent, you call your people to celebration and recognize them for their prowess, their selfless labor, and the skill of their hand and heart. Noble recognition has been showered by your royal house, may it endure forever, upon she who inspires those gathered today, awarded the right and dignity of arms in the Western manner, entrusted in your family's name with the lands of Wiesenfjord for a time, raised as a baroness to your court. You have called all inspiring majesties, for the notes of this rhythm you have heard to appear before you. Behold the rhythm as a wide rising sun, rising from your majesties, centered upon her person, nestled within the heart of prowess, sparkling with the works of her hand and heart, radiating inspiration for others to serve. These notes are a symphony, in service to, in creation for, in defense of your kingdom and your house. You called for her presence, and as surely as the rising sun, she has answered your call and come to kneel before you. For the rhythm you have heard in the northern reaches of your kingdom is the heartbeat, the hand clap, the brush stroke, and the foot stomp of Kajira bint Tahir ibn Rashid.
Before her crown kneels Kajira bint Tahir ibn Rashid. She has come as a noble before her royal house and presented the greatness of this kingdom in her train. Now, let the blinding light of prowess, the dazzling works of hand, and the sparkle of labor freely given disperse. Kajira, stand before your crown and listen to what your crown has heard of you. Turn your eyes from their glorious majesties and face those who would speak of you, their never-tiring majesties. May nature ever bring bounty on their house. Call testimony concerning this lady. They call for all members of the Order of the Laurel, Onstioran or visiting from other realms, to gather around this lady.
Advisors to our royal house and peers of our realm, do you still hold for us the same advice we already spoken concerning this lady?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Their majesties call for words before the assembled court. They call Duchess Gillian Quan McNoyes, Mistress of the Pelican.
Kajira, we cried this morning. We're not going to do it again. At one time, you were my protege, and I helped you on a path to peerage. It was not the one I was expecting. But still, you have grown as a woman, as an artist, and as someone who served your kingdom in many ways. For everything that you've already done and everything that you will do in the future, you are my peer.
Now call are Duke Jean-Paul de Sens and Sir Ace of Hearts, Knights of Onstiora.
warrior artisan are words I would use to describe you. I'm Mason, and whether it's the brushstrokes on a page, the moves of her dance, or her bow in the field, she is my peer.
Early in my career as a knight, we got engaged in the discussion of what is the most knightly of virtues. And while many went back and forth, the one that won is franchise. Franchise is license to act. Franchise requires wisdom, intelligence, and courage to see the problem, to know the right solution, and to be able to do it is what makes a knight. And it's what I see in you. You are also my peers.
Your Majesty, I too would speak for this lady, as I told her I would do not long ago. I have known this lady since she started in this game, almost 20 years ago. I have watched her from a young, eager, enthusiastic lass who has wanted to find out all about the things we do, evolve into a lady who has no equal in skills, has no equal in the ability to learn skills, and has shined again and again and again. Whether it be as Baroness of Wiesenfeuer, where she guided us smoothly, whether it be as a field combatant, where she fiercely defends the realm and your Majesty, and even some of your heirs' backs as she has fought on the field. I could speak for this lady as a pelican. I could speak for this lady as a baron of the kingdom, but I speak now as a knight. She has a heart that is rare. She has a drive which is rare. She is what Anstiora is, and she is my equal and my peer.
Let all hear the words of Countess Margaret Nicanor and Countess Octavia de Verdun, jeweled flowers of our kingdom and roses of subtle inspiration.
Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Highness, we of the Rose are called to speak of all that is grace, all that is beauty, without which our world would be a dreary place indeed. In everything that you do, whether it be on the battlefield, whether it be the graceful strokes of a pen, whether it be your dance, you personify for us all that is grace and all that is beauty. Wow, thanks a lot. Your Majesty, Your Highness, Kajira, I have known you now for several years. It's taken me that long to fully appreciate what a kind, gentle, graceful soul you have, and how you hesitate to project that, because perhaps you see it as weakness. It is not. It is what gives you the glow that allows you to touch other people like you do. And as you go forth in your new peerage, it will not change you. It will just enable you to touch more people like you've touched me. Your Majesties, she is my peer.
The Lions of Anstiora, defenders of the dream, are to our people the exemplars of the dream. They are our Saladins, our Arthurs, our El Cids, our Eleanors of Aquitaine, our Joan of Arcs. Will a lion speak of this lady before this court?
I will speak of this lady, Kajira Camber. I have witnessed this woman come from a simple craftsperson to teaching her craft, to inspiring her craft, to being a leader in the arts community, to being a leader of an entire group, as a baroness. I witnessed her guide and inspire her cubs as a lioness would. And I've seen her grab the ones that needed it by the scruff and drag them where they needed to go. This woman I am proud to call my peer.
Your Majesties, if I may, I bring word from Lucas de Bellier, who is not able to make it. He is a peer in line of this realm. I ask your permission to speak his words for you.
Yeah, please.
I, Lucas de Bellier, Lion of Anstiora, will gladly speak for this candidate. Your Majesties, your Highnesses, members of the Order of the Laurel, and members of the populace, I regret that I am unable to attend in person and witness this special occasion, but I send these words. I have known Kajira for many, many years, and as a member of our populace, as a household sister, as a distant heir of mine to the Beazenfour baronial thrones, as a tireless worker, and as a friend. All that know her are enriched and entertained by her beautiful smile, her sharp wit, her commitment to service, her many talents, and her pet bunny. Now I see why I didn't come. But her dancing is more than just technical execution. Fluid movement, flowing costume set to the rhythmic pulse of percussion. She draws you into the story and helps create the magic and mystery of the Hafla, that for a moment helps bring the Middle Ages to life. We are transported to the desert sands where Crusader and Saracen share wine and food and enjoy the beauty of Middle Eastern culture. Truly she dances to the rhythm of the lion's heartbeat. Our drum circles, like this peerage circle, are incomplete without her. I'm glad to acknowledge her as my peer, and I congratulate the circle and their majesties for the wisdom of this elevation. My love to all gathered here, and I hope to see you soon. Lucas de Bellier, Lion of Anstiora.
We have heard this testimony. Kajira, face us. Hearing all of this, is it still your wish to accept membership in this order today from our hands, becoming a peer of the realm and a vizier of our court?
Yes, Your Majesty.
This lady has served our kingdom and royal house well. For the service and skill of her hands and heart, we will make her a member of the Order of the Laurel, a peer of the realm, and her advice we will hear as Persian viziers were heard. Excellent. It is our will that she be vested so any beholding her may see her membership in this order and know our esteem of her and see that she is favored by our royal house. Please bring forward these symbols.
In ancient days, the laurel wreath was awarded to the victors, both of athletics and in poetic meets. It is said by some to be a forerunner of the modern crown. Worn by a person, it symbolizes that person as victorious, not simply rising above others, but over their own craft or skill. Here brought are a wreath to adorn her head and the symbol of the wreath on a medallion to be worn about her neck. Both were made by Kajira's loving husband, Cassius.
You're so nice.
Oh, rabbit!
It does have hooks.
But also brought is a coat bearing a wreath. This is especially appropriate for Korea, as the giving of a kaftan or layered coats was a sign of royal Persian favor. Those raised as viziers to the royal house would be given such coats, and the richness of them declared to all who saw the favor the royal household held for the wearer. Korea, bin Tahir ibn Rashid, kneel before your monarchs. Laurels, as soil and earth must cover the good seed that it grows to become the mighty and respected laurel, encircle Korea and our monarchs. All assembled herein know that this lady's skill of hand and heart have moved their benevolent majesties to elevate her to new station.
Laurels, as the laurel itself produces buds which flower in beauty and great promise. Now we bid you step back and bloom. Rise, Kajira Rise, a vizier and advisor to our royal line. Rise, mistress of the Order of the Laurel.
For Mistress Korea bint Tahir Ibn Rashid, mistress of the Laurel. Vivat! 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 Behold now the words their exalted majesties declare published for all to see.
Ooh.
She's sweet.
Gorgeous. Nice. That's beautiful.
Mistress Korea, follow the art of the words of your crown and lead the brothers and sisters of your order to the back of the hall and welcome you and free this court to be closed. As this order leaves the royal presence, know that the words published may be translated thusly. Know ye that we, Sven and Antigone, King and Queen of Anstiora, in consideration of singular nobles, virtues, and accomplishments alike, in courtesy and honor, as in knowledge and artifice, do with these our letters patent, elevate Korea bint Tahir